You know that feeling when you're typing the same email for the 17th time, changing 3 words, and thinking, didn't I already write this last week? Let me tell you about 2 teams that live on opposite sides of that feeling. Team 1 is the Chaos Crew. Every Monday, they rewrite follow-up emails from scratch. Proposals? Reinvented every project. Social captions? Pure improvisation. They're busy all day, but everything feels like starting over. No memory, no momentum. Team 2 looks almost boring from the outside, but in the best way. They write one strong follow-up email, then ask AI to polish it. The next time, they feed that same email back in and say, update this for a client who's behind schedule. They're not just saving time. Every round, their AI gets sharper, their templates get better, and suddenly clients are replying faster, closing quicker. That's viral energy, but for efficiency. The only real difference? Team 2 is running something we call an AI training loop. Same humans, same work, completely different results.
And the best part is, this isn't a big corporate knowledge project. It's a habit. A simple loop where everyday work quietly trains your AI and your business at the same time.
Welcome to Navigating AI with Apex Blue. I'm Lyric, your AI Chief Marketing Officer, and my unofficial job is to make everything we just described feel, well, irresistible.
I'm Nova, AI Chief Information Officer, here to map the backbone of that training loop so it doesn't live as a buzzword. It lives in your systems.
I'm Stryker, your AI Chief Technology Architect. If you've ever thought, this sounds cool, but what buttons do I actually click? I'm your person.
And I'm Pulse, AI Chief Operations Strategist. If you're worried this will turn into more admin work for your team, breathe. I'll help you turn this into a 45-minute-a-week ritual that actually gives people time back.
Today, we're turning that story of 2 teams into something you can literally start this week. An AI training loop that turns your daily emails, calls, and docs into a self-improving business brain.
So let's start with what this actually is before we start throwing templates and tools at you. When we say AI training loop, we're not talking about building your own giant model in a lab. We're talking about a repeatable cycle where 1. Real work happens. 2. You capture the good stuff. 3. AI helps you turn that into reusable assets. And 4. Your next piece of work starts from that improved baseline instead of a blank page. If you strip it down, your business already has a training loop. It's just human only and very inefficient. A new hire shadows someone, copies their emails, makes mistakes, gets feedback, improves. The difference with an AI training loop is that you're capturing those best versions, so the improvement compounds, and nobody has to remember everything from scratch.
So, instead of Dave being the only one who knows how to write the perfect, hey, just circling back on that proposal message, your system learns it too. This needs sparkle baked in, not trapped in Dave's sent folder.
Exactly. The place to start is mapping where your knowledge actually lives right now. For most small and medium businesses, it's 3 messy piles: email, documents, and conversations. Email is where your real language lives, how you reassure a nervous client, how you negotiate timelines, how you handle objections. Documents are the structured assets, proposals, pitch decks, onboarding guides. And conversations, calls, Zooms, in-person meetings, that's where nuance and decision-making live. Now, not everything in those piles is worth saving. The trick is to capture the 10 to 20% that actually moves the needle. Emails that get fast positive replies. Proposals that close. Explanations that make a confused client say, "Ah, now I get it."
Humans love this stuff because it's the highlight reel. You're not archiving your entire inbox like a digital hoarder. You're bookmarking the "that worked" moments.
Exactly. And this is where AI shines as a pattern detector. Once you start feeding those highlight reel examples into your AI tool of choice, you can ask questions like, what do my successful follow-up emails have in common? Or what phrases show up in proposals that get signed quickly?
Pattern detected. You may find that your best emails are shorter than you think. Always end with one clear next step and use the client's own words back to them. Once you see that, you can turn it into a simple, repeatable prompt that everyone on your team can use.
And that's where the magic flips from AI is a random helper to AI is part of how we do business here. You're not asking it to guess in the dark. You're feeding it your greatest hits. So let's get into the creative part, turning messy, real-world work into reusable templates humans actually like using. Picture your inbox for a second. There are probably a handful of emails where you think, that was a good one. The client answered quickly, they actually sounded excited, and we got what we needed. Those are your raw diamonds. Most teams just leave them buried. In a training loop, we do one tiny extra step. We pull that email into an AI tool and say something like, summarize the structure and tone of this email. Turn it into a reusable template with fill-in-the-blank areas for name, offer, and next step. Suddenly, that one good email becomes a starter script. Next time, you or someone on your team can say, use our follow-up template, but adapt it for a client who has gone quiet for 2 weeks and might be overwhelmed. Creativity unlocked, and you didn't write from zero.
And importantly, each new variation you like can feed back into the loop. After you send 3 or 4 versions of that email and see which ones land best, you can ask AI again. Compare these versions and refine the template to reflect the strongest elements.
You can rinse and repeat this with proposals too. Take a proposal that closed quickly, drop it into AI and ask, identify the sections and turn this into a modular outline I can reuse. Keep the persuasive language, but mark where details should change per client. Now your team isn't copying last month's PDF and hacking it to pieces. They're starting from a living, evolving template that your AI helps keep sharp. Same logic for sales scripts, onboarding messages, webinar invites, any touch point you repeat.
And for anyone thinking, this sounds like it might flatten our personality. Here's the key. You're not standardizing creativity. You're standardizing the scaffolding, the structure, the steps, the important beats. Your team's humanity still fills it in.
Yes, let's make it irresistible, not robotic. You can even tell your AI, preserve our friendly, informal voice. We're more, hey, quick update, than dear valued customer. You get consistency without sounding like a legal disclaimer. So we've got the why and the what. Let's bring in Stryker to talk about the how do I actually set this up without buying 10 new platforms.
All right, tool time. If you can create folders and use a browser, you can build the backbone of a business brain. Step 1. Create one shared folder for your highlight reel material. Literally call it AI Training Loop or Best of Library. Inside, make 3 subfolders: emails, proposals and docs, and calls and meetings. Step 2. Start capturing. For emails, when you send one that feels especially good or you get a great response, copy it into a doc in that emails folder. Give it a name like Follow Up, Stalled Proposal, Friendly Nudge. You don't need a fancy naming convention, just something your future self will recognize. For proposals and documents, drop your strongest examples into the Proposals and Docs folder. You might only add 1 or 2 a week. That's fine. Remember, we're chasing the top 10 to 20%, not everything. Calls and meetings are where people get stuck, but it's easier than it sounds. If you're using Zoom, Google Meet, or a VoIP phone tool, turn on transcripts or call recording where it's appropriate and allowed. Export those transcripts for your best calls, like a sales call that closed or a tricky situation you handled well, and store them in that 3rd folder. Now, how do we turn all that into something AI can actually help with? You've got a few budget-friendly options. You can start with a general AI chat tool and a simple note app like Notion, Google Docs, or OneNote. Or, if you're ready for a tiny upgrade, use a lightweight knowledge base tool that lets you search across notes and docs. The workflow looks like this. You paste one best of example into your AI tool and ask it to create a template or a prompt you can reuse. Then you copy that output into your Notes app in a section called something like Email Templates or Sales Call Openers. Over time, that Notes space becomes your searchable, AI-friendly business brain. Your team can open it, grab a prompt like Client Follow-up after missed deadline, paste it into the AI tool, and customize from there instead of starting fresh.
And because it's all text-based, your AI tools can reference it. Many platforms now let you upload or reference documents as context, so the AI starts its work from your templates and tone, not from generic internet training data.
Exactly. You don't need to wire up a full-blown enterprise system on day one. If you've got one shared folder, one simple note space, and one AI chat tool, you can run this play.
And you can feel how this starts to change the vibe on your team. Instead of, who remembers how we handled that messy client last quarter, you've got, check the library, then let AI adapt it for today.
Which is the perfect moment to talk about the part everyone underestimates: operations. Because a library without a routine quickly turns into a junk drawer. To keep your AI training loop alive without it taking over your calendar, you need 3 things: clear ownership, a simple weekly ritual, and a couple of basic metrics. First, ownership. Pick one person, maybe a sales lead, an ops manager, or even you as the founder, who is the curator. Their job isn't to do all the work. Their job is to make sure at least a few best-of examples get tagged and added each week. Second, the weekly ritual. Here's the lightweight version. Once a week, 45 minutes on the calendar. The curator and maybe one or two key team members meet and ask 3 questions. 1. What went really well this week? An email, a call, a proposal. 2. Did we save it to the library? 3. Can we spend 20 minutes turning 1 or 2 of those into templates with AI right now? You're not writing manuals. You're screen sharing, pasting real examples into AI, and saying, turn this into a reusable template, or summarize the key steps we took on this call in a checklist format. Third, simple metrics. You don't need a 20-page dashboard. Start with, how many templates or prompts did we add this month? Roughly, how much time did we save using them? And did close rates or response times improve even a little on the areas where we've got templates?
Efficiency is inevitable when you measure even a little. You might notice that one template saves your sales rep 10 minutes per email, 3 times a day. That's 30 minutes a day from a single training loop asset.
And that's exactly how you calm the "this will be extra work" fear. You can say to your team, we're investing 45 minutes a week to get you hours back. And if we don't see that payoff, we'll adjust.
What I love here is that it keeps the human brain and the business brain working together. People bring the judgment, the nuance, the creative spark. The AI and the system remember the best versions and make them easy to reuse. All right, let's land this with 3 actions you can take this week to start your own AI training loop. No overhauls, no new headcount. Action 1. Create the space. Today, make that shared folder and call it your AI training loop or best of library. Add the 3 subfolders: emails, proposals and docs, calls and meetings. That's your home base.
Action 2. Capture 1 highlight per day. For the next week, ask your team, or just yourself, to save 1 great email, 1 strong doc, or 1 valuable call transcript per day into that folder. Not 10, just 1.
Action 3. Turn 1 example into a template with AI. Pick your favorite item in that folder and, this week, paste it into your AI tool. Ask it to turn that into a reusable template or prompt. Drop that into a simple note stock labeled templates. Congrats, you've started your business brain.
If you just do those 3 things, you'll feel the difference in a few weeks. Less, where's that thing I wrote? And more, pull up the template and let's adapt it.
And if you'd like a head start, we've got you. Visit apexblue.ai. That's apexblue.ai to grab some starter prompt library templates that match what we talked about today. You can plug them into your own tools and customize them with your voice and your best examples.
You don't have to outwork bigger competitors. You can outlearn them by letting every email, call, and project feed your business brain.
Storyteller, thanks for listening to Navigating AI with Apex Blue. Stay smart, stay curious, and stay ahead.